Well, hello friends. I hope that you're doing well. You know, it's seemingly bad enough that in the MMO of life, so to speak, you've made a lot of incorrect decisions on the character that you rolled. At least if all the people talking to you are to be believed, right? But that's going to be the topic for another video. But let's just assume that, right? So not only have you rolled the wrong character, seemingly, but you've somehow, it's sort of strange. It's almost like you've somehow managed to over and over slip through the cracks of reality and existence. It's like you went over to your friends to play a tabletop game and you keep rolling a low number. It's like chance and probability, whatever, seemingly have not gone in your favor. You've somehow managed to fall off the world map. Fall off the world map of the game world. You know, you ever play a game when you did that? You play some MMO and you somehow just managed to fall off the world map and you're like running below the map and you can sort of see the players and maybe you can sort of run up to them and send them a message and, well, maybe they can see, the text on the chat box, but there's no player there. It sucks, man, right? What are they going to do for you, though? I know that this analogy is sort of weird, right? Sort of weird, sort of hokey, sort of dumb, but it's also very oddly accurate to describe this sort of existence that I talked about, where it just sort of seems like you're a ghost, You've gone your entire life basically being a ghost. Like stuck between two worlds, desperately trying to interact with this one, but it's strange, it almost feels like the rules don't quite apply the same to you. And if that's to be believed, that you've sort of fallen through the game world into this weird sort of existence, it begins to sort of make sense a bit more. So what do you do in the game, What do you do in the game? You have to go send a petition to a GM to come out and summon you out of whatever the hell you've fallen into, back into the game. And you sort of wonder, who are the GMs of the real world? I would say there's two, I would say that there are two. The first one is obviously God, the head GM. the big boss, the big kahuna, but Who are you? Who are you to expect God to come help you? I mean, what do you think? You're the only one who's got problems? You think you're the only one playing this MMO? It's got a lot of things to take care of and watch over, so that I would not say something that you can rely on. So what's the second thing? I would say probably second GM is probably the female, the female magician who can summon you out of the plane of non-existence, pluck you out of the ether, ground you and let you walk this world, ground you and go on a quest with you, making sure you don't fall off the game world again. Or if you get too close to the brink, reel you back in. But good luck with that, right, buddy? Good luck with that. There's only so many of those, and only so many of those who are even interested. And so what do you do? Man, what do? You've fallen into this weird mathematical matrix of the game world where, and you don't even like math. You haven't even been studying differential equation like Wei Han Lang, the wise Wei Han, told you to. So what do you do, man? What do you do? It's, what can you even do here? What is there even to do in this strange other side? Wherever the hell you ended up being. And what rules are there? Are there even any rules? There appear to be some. You can see the ticker on the location marker, It's doing something. You're somewhere. You exist somewhere. Just not where others are. But yet you're still in the same game world. Same game engine, right? How about that? So what do you do, man? What do you do? And that's perhaps something that we're going to think about a little bit in one of these videos.